Hey there, it's Jen, and I am so excited to be bringing my first tutorial to you. Hi, I hope you're having a great night so far. I am having a wonderful evening putting things together, making sure that everything's out and just right, and of course, enjoying a beverage. So, make sure you have everything in place. Get your beverage, your favorite one, of course, and maybe you want some girlfriends over to hang out. Get them too, because it's always fun to craft with more people. So, in my mind, you are here with me. And I really appreciate that because in my mind, I have like a million conversations on my own. I don't know about you, but I talk to myself, I answer myself, and from what I read, that means that we're actually pretty intelligent. I don't know who we're fooling. But anyway, I am going to show you how to make a simple treat bag tonight. I show you this, and you're like, seriously? How in the world am I going to make that? Well, fear not, I am here to teach you. And this is really simple. It is a piece of paper, a single piece of paper, some baker's twine, and like, I don't know, years ago, I bought this spool of baker's twine, and I've had it ever, well, like I said, years ago, and it's still a ton of baker's twine that I have available, and a couple pieces of scrap paper that I stamped "Enjoy the Simple Things" on. So you'll see that the end here is rounded. Can you see that that's rounded there? If I lift it up high enough? Okay, so that's rounded, and the ribbon or the twine just holds it closed. You just slide that in there, and voila, you've got yourself a little gift bag that can hold things like, oh, I don't know, Ghirardelli chocolates, maybe some truffles, maybe some Hershey Kisses or Dove chocolate squares. Maybe I just want some chocolate, so you can send it to me. Anyway, that's one, and that is out of a single piece of cardstock. Another way to do it up is just like this, which is out of a piece of designer series paper, but this isn't real designer series paper as far as that goes. Stampin' Up! Has the designer series paper name, so this is just patterned paper, if you will, from a stack that I bought at Hobby Lobby, because while I do really love Stampin' Up! Products, because of the ease of use, I have, I don't know, made a very big likening to Hobby Lobby. Do any of you ever do that? Do you like Hobby Lobby? Do you spend a lot of money there? And if you don't spend a lot of money there, where are you spending your money? I I don't know why you would spend it anywhere else. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Anyway, so this is just again, a piece of paper. Now this was on a 12 by 12 stack. I actually trimmed it down to 8.5 by 11, so you can work with whatever paper you want. Just make sure it's 8.5 by 11, because that is precisely the size paper that it's going to take to make our gift bag. And this one again is held on by a simple binder clip. You can use paper clips, you can use string, you can use tape. I don't care what you use to close it. Just make it look nice. All right, so this 8.5 by 11 paper is double-sided. This is DSP, Designer Series Paper by Stampin' Up! Very old, by the way. I have no idea. Let's see. I started playing with Stampin' Up! In like 2005, 2006. And then in 2007, 2008, I really got involved with it and loved it and did it all the time when I lived in Savannah. And then, let's see, I moved here, and not even a week later, was it a week later? Maybe a month? Okay, fine, maybe a month. I signed up to be a demonstrator. That was back in 2010. So I've been a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! Since 2010, on and off, due to moves and just life change and things like that, because I'm sure none of you have ever had any life changes at all, right? No, why would we go through life change? Anyway, I trimmed it down, and it's from one of those first stacks of paper that I ever had from Stampin' Up! It hasn't changed the quality. The paper is still really, really good and taut. And it hasn't changed the color. The color is still as pale as it was when I got it. I believe it's like the pink pirouette type color, which I don't think they even make anymore either. But anyway, I trimmed it 12 by 12 down to 8.5 by 11. And this treat bag has a little recipe. And this recipe I have written down here on my grid paper. I love the grid paper because it has a ruler on the bottom, on the top, and along the side. So you've got 16 inches to work with in width, and you've got 10 inches to work with in height. And you can work with the 12 by 12 if you need to, you know, just of course adjust the height on it. But anyway, here we go. We're gonna start scoring. And I'm using the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer because it has the paper trimmer right here, and I just slide it down. And then it has the scoring tool that's on here as well. So I just use the scoring portion, and along the long side, which is your 11-inch side of the paper, I'm gonna make my first score at 10. Okay, so write this down. On the long side, the 11-inch side, you're going to score at 10, then at 7, then at 5, and again at 2. And this is all along the 11-inch side. And you're going to rotate your paper. It doesn't matter what direction. And you're going to score the 8.5 side at 7. Yes, again at 7. There we go. Make sure you use the right end. And then at 2. Okay. That's all. That's all. That's the only thing you are using your trim tool for. I'm going to move that out of the way. And then I'm going to show you what to do next. You can see these score lines, yes? I hope you can see the score lines well. Okay? We have them going along the 11, and we have them going along the 8. So I'm going to do what we call burnishing, and that is where you fold all the lines in your project. Just fold them first. That's okay. Go ahead and see what you're working with here. And then I'm going to start just to give it a good crisp edge, okay? That's all you really want to do is give it a good crisp edge because it's a gift bag and you want it to stand up, you know? So that's what a good bone folder will help you do. And, you know, my grandmother is the first one that actually introduced me to crafts. When I was little, you know, we always did the coloring books and everything. This adult coloring book craze has got me crazy, literally. Like, I can't focus. I cannot focus long enough to color one of those sheets. Okay? Can anybody else relate? Because it takes me forever. And I'm OCD. I want it to be perfect. No way. It's not going to be perfect. Okay? So then, I just can't do it. So you know what I do? I pull out my kids' coloring books. Yes, because they are perfect, and I can color those with no problem. All right, so I burnished all of my sides so that when we do stand the bag up, look, it's already coming together. See? Doot doot. I see you. Okay, so anyway, it's coming together, and you know what? I promise, this is not wine. This is LaCroix sparkling water. I'm naturally a dork, and I'm okay with that. If you were here, you would know that I'm cool because Margie said so. Who's Margie? Margie's my best friend from Cleveland. Hi, Margie. Okay, so anyway, it's already coming together and you want that to be able to stand up on its own. So we are going to make some slices in here. First, on the thin edge, okay, this is where you scored it at 10, so this is the 1-inch end. You're just going to trim up to the first score line and come in from the other side, and you're just going to cut that tab off, okay? You don't need that. We can throw it away. Okay, and then what I like to do is just go to the other end of that and just trim and cut that off too. Why not? No, not why not. Just really, you just don't need it. Okay, so then I take the ends here and I like to trim them off because sometimes, especially when we're making boxes, this little slice, okay, you see how I sliced that in a little? It makes all the difference when you're trying to close something. So for gift bags, it just is a nice little thing. It doesn't have all the tabs sticking out at the top, and you know, you don't have to trim down the paper or worry about anything sticking out because it's taken care of. All right, so then pick one end All right, I don't care what side you pick. Well, really, I think you want the longer end, okay? You want the end that has 2 inches. All right, the line on the 8.5 side that is scored at 2. That's the line that you want to be trimming up on your tabs. You're going to make the tabs for the bottom of the bag on the 11-inch side. I know I said on the 8.5, but if you're looking at it from the 8.5 direction, this side, let me see here. This side is only scored at 1.5. Which I don't know how, oh yeah, that's when we scored it at 7. Okay, so anyway, there's only 1.5 inches on one side, and on the other side, there's 2 inches. So, turn it long ways in front of you, which is the 11-inch side, and snip along the 2-inch side. Okay, I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, comment below, and I will make sure to help clarify that again. But all you're doing is snipping up to this first score line, okay? Well, yeah, the first score line, because if you snip up to the second, you're just cutting the whole stinking paper off. All right, so you've done that. These, as you can see, look at this, okay? I'm telling you, it really does all just come together, literally. It all comes together. Look in there. It's closed. You're going to close the bottom. Whoop, whoop. All right, but anyway, on these tabs, you don't have to trim them down. But on the ones that are going to be on the inside, I like to do the same thing I did with this tab. And that is just give a little bit of angle to the innards because it's going to make a bit of difference when you go to close it. And it's not a dramatic sliver, or not a dramatic sliver. Of course it's not. It's a sliver. It's not a dramatic angle, okay? It is just a sliver of paper. All right? So do that on the short tabs and pull them off if you need to. Okay, oh, that one I just trimmed like I had been drinking something. Okay, anyway, what are you drinking tonight? Let me know. Let me know. All right, now on the other end, okay, so we just cut our tabs on this end. On the other end, you only need one 3-inch side. This is 3 inches and this is 3 inches, okay? I don't care which 3-inch end you use, but I prefer to use the one that is not on this side with the little tab, okay? So I'm going to cut the tab, I'm going to cut into the other score line now, all right? So this is what this would look like up here, okay? And I'm going to cut this off. So I said you want that 3-inch mark. You definitely want that 3-inch mark there. There, that is trimmed. Then I'm going to come in on the other side of the 3-inch mark. And I'm going to make my slip or cut. Then I'm just going to cut the rest of that off. It is unnecessary. You don't need it, but it was there and you couldn't just work with it like that from the beginning because you needed your whole 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. All right, so that is cut off. So this is what you're left with, okay? This is the box that is, or the paper that is going to turn into your gift bag. You are going to then put some adhesive on here, and we are going to seal this, and voila, you're going to have a bag. There's your flap that's going to go on the top. So while I have it in this form, not taped up yet, my good friend Susan Kutak. Hi, Susan. Hello. We still need to get together, and I don't care if we meet halfway or you come all the way down here or I end up coming all the way up there, but we need to see each other, especially since we're back in the same state together. All right. So I mentioned Susan because she, when I lived in Harlingen back in 2001 to 2003, Harlingen, Texas, down by South Padre Island. It was gorgeous. Anyway, she used to use Creative Memories. I have had this corner rounder since then, and I still have some of the markers that she gave me. I still have some of the, what are those things? Those stencils that came with it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much. So I take the flap that's going to be my the top of my bag. I'm going to stick it in here in the corner, just round it. Stick it in there. Nope, that's not a good position. How did I do this? Sometimes it does not pay to be left-handed. But I love it. My son is left-handed. My husband's left-handed. There we go. Okay, so look, I rounded those corners. Do you see them? Rounded. Hold on. There you go. Rounded corners. That's going to be the top of your bag. All right, so here we go with the adhesive. I use a snail. These things are quite awesome. This is the full Stampin' Up! One. This is the Stampin' Up! Body, which I love smiley faces. Hello, happy cloud. Another happy cloud. Okay. Anyway, but I get the refills online sometimes because I find them in like really good prices and cheap packs. All right, and this video is, oh my gosh, it's 16 minutes already. So on the lined side, okay, because this is double-sided like I told you earlier, this is all pinstripe and this is kind of lattice looking stuff or filigree. On the lined flap, because this is going to fold to be the inside of my bag, I'm going to go ahead and apply adhesive. I'm going to get my hair out of there because nobody wants that in their gift. Although, who knows, maybe they like hair. Anyway, I am putting adhesive all along here. Okay. Then on the bottom flaps, these are going to fold. And remember, the 2 tabs that I trimmed on the little slivers, I'm going to flip those up and I'm going to put adhesive on the bottom of them, just like I did on the outside tab. So this is on the lined side, the pinstripe side. And really, just for show's sake, I am using snail. But if you're giving this as a gift, you kind of want to use what is called like sticky strip or some really, you know, strong adhesive, the tear and tape, or fast fuse, something like that, because those are what is really going to work and hold together for you. Now on the larger tabs, I simply go along the outsides. I make sure that I get right to the end and run that adhesive tape right on the end. And then I'll run one in the center, just for good measure. So again, on the end, and if you get over the end or not quite on the end, it doesn't matter. Just double it up a little, okay? Ouch. This stuff's flexible. Really, literally flexible. All right, so now you're just going to start rolling it together. Make sure your little flaps are on the inside. Your large flap is on the outside. But what you can do is do it from the side. You see that this is meeting here. I don't think you can see what I'm seeing. Okay, maybe we'll start from this end. So this flap right here, just bring it here and meet right there. So you're making your perfect corner, okay? Did you see that? There's one end of the bag made already. Then you're going to come in with the next tab. And you're just going to look at the bottom of your bag and line it up. All you're doing is making sure that it has a perfect rectangular bottom. Now, I don't know anybody who wants a perfect rectangular bottom. That doesn't even sound appealing to me because I am working on getting a nice rounded bottom. But anyway, whatever works. Just make sure this one is good. All right, so then you also connect your side. And you can take your finger and run it in there. Just push it down along the inside. And then this is just simply the leftover flap, and you're just going to fold it up. It's right there. And it's the other adhesive for the bottom. Oh my goodness, look at that. You could fill this just like this with popcorn or M&Ms or anything that's just not too heavy and going to break the bag apart, especially if you only used snail. But oh my gosh, I love it. It's so cute already. Okay, so to make this one really easy, I am using a binder clip because I don't like to tie bows. I do like to tie knots. Woohoo! And to close this, look at this, okay? Fold in the sides. That's all you're doing. Okay, you see it's like this? It's full. Push in the side right there. Push in the side right there. And squeeze. Okay, so you squeezed. It's closed. You are going to flip that tab over. You're going to take your little Hey, thanks for that thing you did. Stick it on there. Clip your binder clip on. And voila! You have just made your own gift bag. It only took now 20 minutes as I see the timer come to. But I like to talk a lot, and I told you I'm going to make it feel like you're here. So we have had a fabulous conversation in my mind. Thank you for being here. All right, I am going to try to do this more often throughout the week because it is an excellent way for me to unwind and get lots of things off my mind. So if you have things that you'd like to share, or topics actually that you want to talk about, or crafts that you would like to see, please let me know. And if you have products that you would like me to review and use in my videos, please let me know. We can make it happen. We can make it work. Products will be reviewed. I aim to inspire. I even try new things, okay? My extent of drawing is, well, stick figures. So this little piece of artwork here with these different little, the cup, the coffee cup, the envelope, love note, the little beaker, and the coffee mug, and then this unicorn cupcake, I went on YouTube and learned how to draw. So if I can do it, you can do it too. All right. Oh, and check it out. So I do have a box series that I'm going to be teaching at the local Hobby Lobby. So if you're in Killeen, please come. Classes are $20. It is 5 to 7 on April 28th, which is next Saturday. I will look forward to having you there, but you do have to call me 912-604-9362 to register. Again, $20. You can pay on PayPal or you can pay in cash. But we do have to have payment before class. There is a supply list that you need to bring. Other than that, other than what's on the supply list, you don't have to worry about it because I'm providing it all. And it is going to be a fantastic time. So this is one of the boxes that we will be making. We will not be using the window sheet though, okay? Because that is very time consuming. But this little treat box holds a super huge cookie. Or 3 really thin ones like I had in it before. Chocolate chip, gluten-free, by the way. They were delicious. Not good for my keto lifestyle, but delicious nonetheless. And it is attached. It's 2 pieces of paper that are actually attached here on the back. And I just love it, okay? And I made it look. It looks like it was a cookie. Somebody took a big bite out of the cookie. Ha ha. All right, so anyway, I can't wait to see you again. Thank you so much for spending your last 22, 23 minutes with me, and I will look forward to seeing you again next Friday. Make it a great night. Bye.